Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and this is the review of my predictions for match day 2 in League 1. I did quite good in match day 1, so I hope I can go ahead and do better in match day 2. There were there were some quite interesting results in on match day 2, and some quite one-sided games. So let's get right into it. The first game was PSG versus Montpellier, and I went for a 3-0 PSG win. I thought the way they played against Ligue on match day 1, it was a bit tough for them early on. It was 1-1 until the 85th minute, and then Ousmane Dembele scores the second goal, and then the floodgates open for PSG, and Ligue their heads dropped after they conceded that goal. So I expected PSG to have a better game. They were at home. It was their first home game of the season. It was their first home game without Kylian Mbappe. Though of course they had something to prove to everybody in the league and to the fans, to show the fans that we don't need Mbappe to dominate this league. They were playing against Montpellier, who had a 1-0 draw against Toulouse on match day 1. It was nothing really special for Toulouse. It was an okayish performance. So that is why I went with a 3-0 job. But I really did not expect the demolition job that PSG did. It was a stunning performance. There are no other way to describe it. They were on top from the get-go, and the way they played, Barcola again amazing on that left hand side. João Neves, he now has 4 assists in 2 games. That is money well spent. Already he's showing why PSG spent a good amount of money on them. Hakimi scores, that young Azrai scores. Everybody scored at goal. Asensio again, he was there. He was the one who scored that was 6-0. It was so easy for them. It was the Montpellier players were not even there, that it was so easy. So it was the perfect answer to everybody. I said in my preview as well that they would want to shut everybody up because as I said, it was their first game again at their home stadium without Kylian Mbappe, and the pressure and all that media attention, how they are going to perform. I mean, in 2 games they have scored 10 goals and conceded only 1, so they can that's the perfect response to everybody, that they really don't need Kylian Mbappe to dominate the league. And anybody who's thinking that they have gotten weekend with Mbappe going to Real Madrid and they are coming for PSG's throne, they need to really think twice about that, because PSG are not letting go of that throne quite easily. Montpellier on the other hand, I mean, what a disgraceful performance from them. Disgraceful, shameful, whatever you want to say. It was so bad. It was they did not even try. They gave PSG so much respect. They did not they were just roaming around on the field. It was so bad. And if you are a Montpellier fan, I would sympathize with you in a way, because as I said, they did not try. They basically gave up even before the game started. PSG had the majority of the possession. They control. The Montpellier player, they did not even go. They were not going and tackling them. The half-hearted attempts. So at the first goal, Barcola is running very easily. The fullback is 2 steps behind him. He cannot even. He's not even going ahead and trying to tackle him, get the ball away from him. And the game is at that moment, it's 0-0. It's not even it's 3 or 4-0, and you some sort of think, okay, they have lost their heads and they have just given up. But no. And even if you are 3-0 down, at least play from some pride. You are a professional player, you represent a club. Forget even the club. Even if you play an amateur match, if you play even if you are playing in a street, or you're playing in amateur friends or Sunday league football with your friends, and the score is now 3-0 or 4-0, and you have this about 20-25 minutes remaining, you play for your pride as a player, that you don't want to get humiliated. But there was nothing like that from Montpellier players. They just let PSG have their fun and let them score as many as they wanted. So as I said, it was a disgraceful performance for Montpellier, but PSG, I don't think they care. They won 6-0. They go top 2 of the table, and I think the way they are playing, it is going to be very tough for anybody to get them away from that first position. So anybody thinking of taking PSG thrones, it is going to be very interesting for them. Moving on to the next game, it was Lyon versus Monaco. Before I start, I get 2 points because I expected PSG to win, not 6-0, but I get the 2 points. The second game, as I said, it was a Lyon versus a Monaco. I don't get any points in this game because I went for a 1-all draw. I expected a Lyon, to have some sort of a response, some sort of a fight back after last week's disastrous performance, but there was nothing from them. They were as bad as they were last week, if not worse. I mean, I don't know what is happening there. They just look flat, like they are too slow. There is no sharpness in them. They just let their opponents get away with it. The tackles they are doing, all the 50-50s. Monaco were winning it quite easily. It was the same last week with them as well. So it is like, if I'm a Lyon fan, I would be, I don't want to say like physically hurted. I would pull my hairs out the way they are playing. It is not really looking good for them. And Lyon is a team that I thought would have a good season with the transfers that they have made, and the preseason was really good. So I am not really understanding what is happening in the first two games. They have been dreadful, absolutely dreadful, and they need to change something really quick, because it is not looking good, and it could turn out to be a very, very bad season for them. They played Monaco. I mean, it was like it was, I don't know, like light and night and day, the difference between both of them. Monaco were really, really good. They improved from match day one. They are getting back to match fitness. They looked really sharp. They get their second win. Like you could say they were really good, but Lyon were equally really, really bad. I'm like, I really could not believe that they are playing like this, because sometimes you have these expectations from a certain club, and I thought Lyon are gonna have a good season, but it has not been. And it's not like they don't have the players for it. They have such a good starting 11. They have a good squad, and as I said, they have made good transfer as well. But the way they are playing, it is really, really bad. Monaco, on the other hand, props to them. As I said, they looked really sharp. They looked really hungry. They looked energetic. Everything that Lyon lacked, Monaco had. And they were the runners-up last season. I said in my preview that they would want to go one step further, and they would try to get that title and try to get PSG off their throne. And they have won now 2 in a row. They won this game 2-0 quite comfortably. And there's now 2 wins in 2 games for them, just as PSG. So far, last year's champions and runners-up have both started the season very well. So it will be quite interesting to see how both of them move on. The next game is Lille versus Angers, and I mean, I went for an easy 3-0 win for Lille. I thought it was going to be a very easy day out for them, but it was not, to be very honest with you. They really struggled this week as well. After last week, I thought they were not good last week as well, and I thought this week they are at home. They are playing an Angers side that nobody really expects to have a good season. Everybody, I have them finishing at the bottom, and most of us, everybody think that they are gonna go back straight up to the League 2 in their first season. And Lille had a perfect opportunity to have a good game, but credit should be given to Angers. They really frustrated Lille. They went toe to toe with them on every level. And in fact, to be very honest with you, in the second half they were the better side, but they created a lot of chances, but unfortunately for them, they were not able to finish those chances, and then they got punished. Lille, with their experience, they come in, they score 2 late goals, and they get that a win. And I would say, in a way, it was a deserved it was not a deserved performance. I don't really think, I'm going to be very honest with you, I really thought Angers would go on and win that game, but as I said, inexperience of Angers came in, and not finishing your chances at the highest level is always going to come and get you, and that's what happened with Angers. They have played 2 games, lost both of them, so it is what everybody expected from them, that they are not going to have a good season. Lille, on the other hand, they have played 2, they have won 2, they have not played good in any of the games, so make of that what you will. It is very interesting that PSG have played 2-1-2, Monaco played 2-1-2, and now Lille also. But I think PSG were really good in both games. Monaco, they are getting better. Lille, on the other hand, even in both games, I don't think they were good. So, but still, they have gotten the 6 points that they needed to stay in that hunt. They are one of the teams that want to win the title from PSG. So they have had the start, play 2-1-2, so they wouldn't really mind the performances. As of now, they are getting the points, so I guess that's a fair deal for them. Moving on, it was a Saint Etienne versus Ligue, and I went with a 1-0 Saint Etienne one. But to be very honest with you, I said it could go the other way around as well, with Ligue winning. I just thought that Saint Etienne, being at home, I just thought it gave them an extra advantage, and I thought they would win it, but unfortunately they did not. It was a very good game of football. Both of the teams created a lot of chances. It was not like a slow slugfest. It was not like a cage game. It was a very open game about like end-to-end stuff throughout the game. So it was quite an entertaining game. And the difference between both the teams, I would say, is like Saint Etienne did not finish their chances, and Ligue did, and that's why they got the points. It's as simple as that. You need to finish your chances. It's the same thing that I said about Onjor and Ligue were really good in finishing, and they got the 2 important goals, and they get the 3 points. Saint Etienne, they would be really disappointed with themselves, because as I said, they played really good, but they did not finish their chances, and they lost the game. A game that they could have easily won, or at the very least they could have drawn very easily. The next game was Lens versus Brest, and I went with a 2-1 Lens wins, because I thought they would improve from last week. They were at home as well, and I thought they would get the win, but I thought it was going to be a very close game, but it was not that. Lens were really good, and to be very honest with you, they should have won with a bigger margin than this than the 2-0 win that they won with, because Brest were really dreadful. I mean, they have been abysmal in both of their games, getting destroyed by Marseille, and now as I said, Lens could have easily have finished the game 5-0 themselves, because it has been really terrible for them. Lens would be very happy. They received a red card. I think it was a silly red card to receive right at the end, but I don't. It is part of the game. If you just focus on the game, I think they were really good in both of the halves. They controlled the game completely. They had majority of the passion. They created a lot, and as I said, if they would have finished most of their chances, the keeper, Brest keeper, had a really good game. If not for him, as I said, it could have been another 5-0 thumping for them. Brest, they are not really looking good. I expected them to have a drop last season. It was a shock. There was a surprise team of the season, and everybody expected them to have a drop, but not like this. Like it is like really bad. It does not feel like the same team, and I think Eric Roy needs to do something, and needs to do something really quick, because if his team keeps on playing like this, they could really fall into that relegation step quite quickly, because it is not really looking good at all. Moving on, it was Strasbourg versus Rennes, and I went for a 2-1 away win for Rennes. I thought they were really good on match day 1, and I expected them to be even better on match day 2, and I thought they would go and get the win. They played really good. I'm not gonna deny that. It was quite an interesting game. It was sort of a game in which like the defensive units of both the teams were a disaster. Like both of them, I don't know what they were doing, losing the balls, making weird tackles. It was a bad game for both the defenses, and not just them. It was a bad day for the strikers, because they forgot for some weird reason how to shoot. Because both of the teams created like 7 or 8 good chances in the game, and Strasbourg, to be very honest, they have their keeper to thank, who kept them in the game, who made some amazing saves, and that is why they were able to win the game. They finished their chances. Rennes did not finish their chances, and that is why Strasbourg won. But it was quite an interesting game, and quite an entertaining game. Again, I would advise you, if you want to watch a game of football from the past weekend, and if you like, as a neutral, if you have this is the game that you should go and watch. It was quite entertaining, even though it says 3-1, but if you go and you watch the game, you would be you would be surprised at how it is not a draw, or how these guys did not score more goals, because they created a lot. It was quite a fun game to watch. Strasbourg get that important 3 points, their first win of the season, so good for them. Next game was Nantes versus Auxerre, and I went with a 1-1 draw between them. Nantes were not really good. Forget good, they were really bad on match day 1. On Auxerre, on the other hand, was spectacular, winning their game on the opening day. And I thought that with the momentum that they were coming in, and the way that Nantes played last week, even though it was their home game, I thought it would be a 1-1 draw, and I thought Nantes would somehow, Ojol would somehow get a point out of this. And to be very honest with you, Nantes did not play that good this week as well. Ojol were really good. They tried really hard, even though they went to 10 men. Even after that, Nantes, it's not like they really dominated any part of the game. It was quite an equal game, and Ojol trying to get it says a 2-0, but the second goal came in so late in the game. Ojol trying to get that equalizer. So left, nobody was behind, to be very honest with you, and it became quite an easy time for Nantes to score, as it was so late in the game. It was not a good performance from Nantes, but they get the win. It is like their first league win at their home stadium. They have lost their last 9 home league games, so it's a good win for them, even though they did not play really good, but they get the points, and that is what really matters at the start of the season. You just need to have a good start. It's their first win of the season, so it is a good thing for them as well. As I said, in the start of the season, you just need to get those points, the first 3-4 games, those wins, and get those points to build the momentum for the rest of the season. And if you played good or you don't play that good, it doesn't really matter. But still, I would think the manager would want to improve his side, and the fans would really want them to play better than to get this lucky against a side that was just gotten a promotion to League One. I think they really need to get their act together. The next game was Nice versus Toulouse. I went with a 0-0 draw. It was a 1-0 draw, so I get the 2 points. I have lost, I don't know how many points I have gotten till now, but you will know. It will be on the screen right now. Speaking on the game, like I expected a 0-0, because both of them were really bad last week, and it was the same this week as well. It's nothing like it's not like anything changed. I've been disappointed with both of them. Nice last week, I think they underestimated Ojol, and they paid the price for it, and I think that was still hanging on their head. This week they were not it's not the start that I expected. It is they are not playing up to their potential, and it has been really disappointing. Toulouse, on the other hand, same. I liked their transfer window. I think it has been really good. They have brought in good players, but the way they are playing, it is not matching up again to the potential. Both of those teams, I think they need to get their act together quickly, and need to start focusing on how they need to come back and have a better season, because it's not really looking good. I think this international break, after match day 3, this international break would be very good for them, that they can have a chance to regroup and think far about the season ahead. They still have 1 match day to go, but I think they would be hoping to get through that without losing, and then regroup in the international break, and then think about this season ahead, because it's not looking really good for both of them. It has not been the sort of the start that any of us expected, especially from Nice. I thought they would have a really good season, so it is quite disappointing, to be very honest with you. Last game of the weekend was Marseille versus Reims, and I went with a 2-1 Marseille win. I thought they were spectacular against Brest on match day 1, and I thought they would continue their dominant performance against Reims as well, and they were home at as well this time around. And to be very honest, they played really good. They created a lot of chances, but they were very wasteful in this game. They got the lead early on, and you expected them to go on and have another dominating performance, but as I said, they were quite wasteful, and they got punished by Reims. They made a turn around from being 1-0 down. They go ahead 2-1, and then it became quite interesting, because Marseille for the first time were behind this season. But then their new signing, Mason Greenwood, I mean, what a start he's having. He comes in on the right hand side at the perfect moment, scores a great goal, and it's a 2-2, and it's 3 goals in 2 games for Mason Greenwood, and he has made history. No Marseille player has had such a great start for their club. No one has scored 3 goals in their first 2 games for the club. So a great start for Mason Greenwood, a good game of football. I don't get any points, of course, because Marseille did not win. but I would say both the teams played really good. It was a very good win, and Marseille, they are looking really good. I think De Zerbi is doing a great job. I said he would do a great job. That's why I put them quite top in my predictions. So it is looking quite a good season for them. That is it for me in this video. I don't know how many points I made, but I don't think I did good this season. But you guys will know, and then we will add the points from the first week as well, so we can see how many I have done in total, how many points I have made in total. We'll continue doing this every week, and you guys can play from next week as well. I'm gonna do for the prediction for match day 3. You guys can comment your prediction, and then we can see at the end of match day how many points you made and who did it better, me or you guys. Will see in next match day. That is it for me in this video. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before September ends, so that is our target right now. We are almost like 150 subs at the moment, so we are halfway there. So this we have 1 month to go to get to 300 subscribers. It's a big ask, but let's hope we are able to get that. So yeah, that is it for me. Until next time, bye bye.